Welcome to Heard with Trevor. This week I want to go over Abacus Data released a new poll, and seems like our Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, is in for some trouble here. Pull this up here for us, and let's go through what the statistics in this poll mention here. Conservative lead widens as unhappiness with federal government and Prime Minister Trudeau grows. This is Bruce Anderson and David Coletto wrote the article here from the national survey of 2,400 Canadian adults in the last week of July here. The national mood today, 33% of Canadians think the country is headed in the right direction, which is 8 to 10 points below where things were a year ago. And disapproval of our federal government hits a new high. Approval of the federal government is sagging today, 34% approval of the government's performance, down 4% this month, while disapproval has spiked to 51%. Up 5 points in 2 weeks. This is the largest number that Abacus Data has pulled since Trudeau government was elected in 2015. And as we see on the chart here, this is also the lowest government approval that we've had in the last year. This is the chart going back to Trudeau's election, and where you see the approval rating has spiked down, and the disapproval rating is at an all-time high here. The impression of Justin Trudeau himself, again, at an absolute all-time low, 31%. Justin Trudeau is also our least voted for in the popular vote count Prime Minister. He's also the second least popular by popular vote count. And just see the trend upwards here from when Trudeau first came into power to where we're at today with the 51% disapproval. I want to go down to voting intention. At this point in time, we got the vote share at about 35% for the Conservatives, Liberals in at 30%, and NDP at 20%. So basically, we've got Liberals and NDP down 1% from when they were voted in 2015, and Conservatives are up about 4.5%, 5%. Since 2021's polling, the Conservatives are up 3 points, Liberals are down 2, and the NDP is back up 1. We see the People's Party polling in at 4%, which is actually a 1% drop. So, of course, one has to wonder if that is going into the Conservative pile. Intentions of Canadians, if they would vote tomorrow, we would most certainly have a Conservative government. That, of course, shouldn't say most certainly, as we all know we're in the riding system. We've got 338 ridings in Canada, so the popular vote count may not particularly matter so much. However, generally speaking, a 5% difference is enough for any party to take the prime ministership. And just a couple other things of note here. British Columbia, not so fond of the Liberals. It's really moved more into being an NDP and Conservative province. We see a lot of the North and Eastern province being Conservative, while the mainland and island are generally the NDP ridings. Also see People's Party up to 6% in Alberta. And then really, Quebec and Ontario. Ontario is very close with the Conservative and Liberal parties at 35%, where things are really going to matter most likely in the next election here. We probably figured out before we even hit Toronto. Sorry to say, my friends, but this could certainly be the case. Should either the Conservatives gain 2-3 points off of the Bloc or Liberals, or the Liberals gain probably 2, maybe 3 points off of the Bloc, we're most likely to see that party come out as the winner in Canada as well. And here we've got the voter intention by province. Not too much surprise looking across the country. We've basically seen the same the past decade here, really. And just go through the end notes here from Bruce Anderson. These numbers are a clear signal to the Liberals that many voters, including large numbers of people on the center of the spectrum, are restless. The Conservatives are highly competitive. Views of Pierre Poilievre are more neutral than some might expect. And not very many people feel good about the direction of the country. David Coletto states, these results should be a warning sign to the Liberals that they have entered uncharted territory for their government. For the first time in our tracking, 50% or more of people disapprove of the government's job performance. Prime Minister's negatives have also hit a new high. And it's a toxic cocktail when people are unhappy with the direction of the country and they disapprove of the government's performance. That's where we're at today. The result is a wider Conservative Party lead and a growing desire for change. All right, folks, that is it for this one here. Going to close this out here.